All right, hello Algebra 2 guys. This is Mr. Heeren talking about 3.5, which is going to be right after 3.1 and 3.2 when we're talking about solving systems of equations, solving systems of linear equations. Now we're kicking it up a notch. We're saying instead of just x and y, now we're going to throw in a third variable. But take a look at the warm-up. Chris and Arthur both need pens and blank CDs. The equation that represents Chris's purchases is y equals 27 minus 3x. The equation that represents Arthur's is y equals 17 minus x. If x represents the price of the pens and y represents the price of the CDs, what are the prices of the pens and the CDs? So notice that it's a system of equations and they're both equal to y. So that means that they're going to be equal to each other. So 27 minus 3x equals 17 minus x. So a little bit of algebra from here. And you get 2x equals 10. So x equals 5. So that means the price of the pens is 5. And the price of the CDs would be 17 minus 5. Again, I'm just going off this equation. 17 minus 5, so it's going to be 12. So there's the price of both of those. Now, here we have a three-variable equation. So in 2004 Summer Olympic Games in Athens, the U.S. won 103 medals. They won 6 more gold medals than bronze. They won 10 more silver medals than bronze. Write a system of 3 linear equations that could be used to determine how many of each type of medal the U.S. Olympians won. G is gold, S is silver, B is bronze. So B is bronze, so we've got the bronze medals. The S is silver. So now one way to represent the silver would be just to say B plus 10. And the one way to represent the gold would be to say the bronze plus 6. So B is the bronze, B plus 6 is the gold, B plus 10 is the silver. One equation I can say then is that the gold plus the silver plus the bronze is going to equal 106. So once I figure out what B is for the bronze, then I can come back and figure out what the gold and the silver are. So B would equal 30. So they won 30 bronze, they won 40 silver, and they won 36 gold. So take a look here. You've got a 3 equation, 3 variable, whoa, go back. 3 system, 3 variable equation to solve. So now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take any 2 of them, all right, 2 combinations of 2, and I'm going to eliminate one of the variables. All right, so I'll tell you what, I'll start off with these 2. All right, so if I take 2x minus y plus 3z equals negative 5, 2x minus 3y minus 5z equals 27. Well, if I subtract both of those, I got to be careful with subtracting. I have to subtract everything. I got to be careful with signs. 2x minus 2x is 0x. Negative y minus a negative 3y is going to be positive 2y. 3z minus a negative 5z is going to be positive 8z. And negative 5 minus 27 is going to be negative 32. So now I did that because now I'm down to 2 variables. Now the second one I got to do is one of the other 2. So I can't take these 2 again. So I've either got to take these 2 or the top and the bottom one. And I'll tell you what, I'll just take the middle 2. So I get x plus 2y plus z equals 10. 2x minus y plus 3z equals negative 5. Now, right now, nothing matches up, so I can't just eliminate any of them. But what I can do is this. I can multiply the top one times the negative 2. When I do that, I get negative 2x minus 4y minus 2z equals negative 20. That is just this one rewritten multiplied times 2. So now if I add these 2, I get 0 minus 5y plus z equals negative 25. Now look what I've got between my two equations, here and here. Now I've got 2y plus 8z equals negative 32. And I've also got negative 5y plus z equals negative 25. I can work with this, right? Two variable systems are easy. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to eliminate z. I'm going to multiply this by 8. So this is going to be 2y plus 8z negative 32. The bottom is going to be negative 40y plus 8z. I should be a negative, so it's positive 40. That's going to be minus 8z. That's going to be 200. So now if I add those together, I'm going to get 42y equals negative 32 plus 200, which is going to be 168. So y is going to be 4. Okay, so I got y. I got 1 out of the 3. So here's all I do. So if y equals 4, put it back into one of these equations. All right, so if I go, I'll take the top one. 2 times 4 plus 8z equals negative 32. So 8z is going to be equal to negative 40. So z is going to be negative 5. So now I just come back in here to my original one, to one of my original equations up here, and put in y and z and see what I get. So z is negative 5, y is 4. So I get x plus 2 times 4 minus 5 equals 10. So let's see, x plus 8 minus 5 equals 10. So that's 8 plus 3 equals 10. So x is going to equal 7. So my solution for this is going to be 7, 4, negative 5. Okay, take a second and kind of follow along again and make sure you know what you're doing. All right, let's go. So once you pause it, look at it one more time, and then we'll go on. So once again, I want to do 2 at a time, and I want to see if I can eliminate anything that might match up. So right now, this one's a little tougher because not a lot matches up. But you know what does? The top one and the bottom one, because 3x plus y plus z equals 0. That's nice. 0 is always easy to work with. 4x minus y minus 3z equals 9. So right now, if I just add those two together, the middle one's going to go away. So I'm going to have 7x, y goes away, minus 2z equals 9. So 7x minus 2z equals 9. So if whichever other two I take, whichever other two I pull apart, I've got to get rid of y. Okay, so if I just take these two, the second one and the third one, that's fine, but let's get rid of y. So now I'm going to multiply this bottom one by 2. So that's going to be 8x minus 2y minus 3z equals 9. Just rewriting the top one to keep it steady. So add these two guys. So negative x plus 8x is 7x, plus 2y minus 2y goes away. Negative 2z minus, that should be 6z, because you got to multiply that. Oh, you also got to multiply that out there. So that's going to be 18. So that should be negative 8z equals 15. So you've got 7x minus 8z equaling 15. So let me do a quick check. Yes, that's right. So now I've got 7x minus 8z equals 15. Now, hey look, 7 and 7 match up. I don't have to multiply by anything. Since they're the same sign, I can subtract. So that's going to go away. This is going to become 6z. 9 minus 15 is going to become negative 6. So z is going to equal -1. So z equals -1. So if I put that back in here, I can figure out what the other ones are. So it doesn't matter which one I put it back in. So if I put it back into here, so that's going to give me 7x minus 2 times -1 equals 9. So that's going to be 7x plus 2 equals 9. So 7x equals 7. So x is going to be 1. So now I got 2 out of 3. Plug it back in, figure out the third one. So that'll be 3 times 1 plus y minus 1 equals 0. So 3 minus 1 is 2. So y plus 2 equals 0. So y equals -2. So my solution, x is 1, y -2, z -1. So this one's going to be a tough one. So let's take this apart piece by piece. Nothing jumps out at me right away, except that all of them can be divided by something. So let's see if I can simplify some life here. This one, everything can be divided by 2. So let's rewrite that as 2x minus 3y plus 2z equals 6. This one can be, everything can be divided by 3. So that'll be 2x minus 3y plus 2z equals 6. This one, if I divide it, I can't divide anything. 5, 8, 10, 20, yeah, nothing in common there. But the top two I can leave as is. Or the top two I can simplify. So you get 20. So now let's make this a little bit easier to deal with. All right, so I've got basically the same equation written 2 different ways. Let's back up here. Let's keep it as it is first. Hold on, I just got to take a little, just had to take a little second there and rethink things. Let's take the top two. Better yet, now let's not take the top two. Let's take the top and bottom one to start. Top and bottom one, let's get rid of x. So 4 and 5, let's do that. So if I multiply this top one by 5 and this bottom one by -4. So top one by 5 is going to be 20x minus 30y plus 20z. 5 times 12 is going to be 60. The bottom one is going to be -20x plus 32y minus 40z, and that's going to equal -80. So now if it's already plus and minus, I'm just going to add these two. So that goes away. I get 2y minus 20z equals -20. Okay, that's that one. So now if I take the second and the third one, this one and this one, I multiply this top one by 5 and this one by -6, I'm going to get 30x minus 45y plus 30z, and that's going to equal 90. Take this bottom one by -6, 48y minus 60z equals -120. So now if I just add these two, 3y minus 30z, and that's going to equal -30. So now I've got these two equations. So I've got 3y minus 30z equals -30. So if I divide the top one by 2 and the bottom one by 3, I'll have y minus 10z equals -20. Y minus 10z equals negative, oh, sorry, this should be -10. This one's -10. So you see how you get the same thing equal to each other? If I eliminate these, what do I end up with? Well, this becomes 0, this becomes 0, this becomes 0. If you do that, you get no solution. So this one is a long problem just to figure out there was no solution to it. All right, so let's take a look at this one. Let's rewrite these. Let's simplify it one more time. So, no, we can't do the third one. Let's do the top one. The top one, simplified. Divide everything by, it looks like 2. So that'll be 3x plus 6y minus 4z equals 12. Next one, divide everything by 3. Yeah, 3 looks good. 3x plus 6y minus 4. I think that's supposed to be z. Divide everything by 3. That should be 10. But notice, then if I look at the last one, I can't do anything with that. Minus 7z equals 26. Now notice, on the last one, when I simplified it, these two things were exactly the same. Here, are they exactly the same? No. That's going to be kind of my tip-off. If I try and figure this out, what I'm going to end up with, like even if I just eliminated these two right now, just subtracted them, three x minus 3x is 0. 6y minus 6y is 0. Negative 4z minus negative 4z is 0. 12 minus 10 is 2. So I end up with 0 equaling 2. That's never true, so this is no solution. All right, so let's kind of put it into word problems. The sum of three numbers is 20. The second number is 4 times the first, and the sum of the first and the third is 8. So let's take a look at this. So we've got A, B, and C are the three numbers. They equal 20. The second number is 4 times the first, and the sum of the first and third is 8. Okay, so A plus C equals 8. The second number is 4 times the first number. So 4 times A equals B. So here's kind of what I can do. I need to solve this. All right, so A plus B plus C equals 20. 4A is B. Okay, so I can replace this. I can say A plus 4A, and then A is also going to be equal to, or C is going to be equal to 8 minus A. So I can put that in for C. Plus 8 minus A equals 20. All right, so first number, second number, third situation, and then we can solve it. So that's going to be 5A minus A is 4A plus 8 equals 20. So 4A equals 12. So A equals 3. B is 4 times 3, so B is going to be 12. So 3, 12. A plus C has got to equal 8, so C's got to be 5. Those three add up to 20, and I'm good. All right, 49,000 seats in a sports stadium. Tickets for the seats in the upper level sell for 25, middle for 30. Ones at the bottom are 35. The number of seats in the middle and bottom levels together equals the number of seats at the upper level. All the seats are sold out. It's 1,419,500. How many seats are there in each level? So if we go 25U for upper level, 30M for middle level, and 35B for bottom level, I get 1,419,500. All right, all three of them, then I'm going to say the middle and bottom equal the seats of the upper level. What else did they tell me? The original one was U plus M plus B equals 49,000. So I've got three kind of situations to work with here. M plus B equals U. So what I can do is substitute this in for U into both of these, and then I've just got two system equations. So M plus B plus M plus B equals 49,000. All I did was substitute U and M plus B into there. So then I've got 25 U or M plus B plus 30M plus 35B equals 1,419,500. All right, I've gone on long enough. This is plus 20 minutes, so we're going to stop there. I'll finish this on a part 2 video.